Hey guys, welcome to Gib84 Gaming, and today I'm going to be doing the last 3 months pickups worth of games all in one video. I've got quite a lot to go through, but for you it's going to be good. There's loads of different places that I've got them and loads of different systems that these games are across, and there's even a console as well, which I've got off another YouTuber, and I got some games off 2 other YouTubers as well, which I'll give a mention to in the video. So, yeah, I don't really want to be messing about. I just want to get through this. So let's just dive straight in. And I'm going to start with what my mum was on her travels again, basically. And I can't for the life of me remember where she went. So she went to a CEX and picked up some games that I'd seen in there. And they're not fantastic, but it's nice to have them anyway. 3 PSP games and 1 DS game. So the DS game is supposed to be fantastic. I still haven't played it as yet. It is Cop the Recruit, and it's a third person, and it's open world essentially on the DS, which blows my mind. But yeah, nice to have it in the collection, and if you're interested, it's £3, so if you see it, pick it up. It's supposed to be one of those sort of games that everybody loves. Next up is a really good game, and it is Burnout Legends. And these are really fun games if you've never played one. There's various different modes. I like the cat and mouse type game, or is it called, yeah, pursuit mode, that's it. And you just got to try and knock other cars off the track and try and get as many as you can in a time frame or over so many laps. I can't remember how it does it now, but I've played this and it's a really, really good version of Burnout on the PSP. But the PSP is good for racing games, which is good because the next game I've got is Need for Speed Pro Street. And I played this and I found it a bit more difficult. There's a lot of emphasis on drifting, and I aren't quite used to it on the PSP system as yet. But graphically it is stunning, and yeah, really good game to have. If you've not played a Need for Speed on the PSP, give it a go. And the next one I got, or my mum got, is Need for Speed Carbon Own the City. And this is slightly different in the fact that you build a crew, if you like, and try and take over the city. In some way, I've not played this. I've not played it on any other system either. These are all complete, by the way. I've got it on a few systems, but I've not played any of them as yet, so I'll probably get down to this next. I can't get the bloody sticker off either. Sure, I've got a football donut case. Okay, so my visits to CEX have been quite fruitful, to be fair. I've just lumped them all in one. I don't know what month I got these in. You're asking too much if you're asking me to remember. So here we go. So the first these are from, actually the first few were from CEX in North Point Shopping Centre in Hull. I know that. So the first game is Mod Nation Racers, and it's a really, really crap Mario Kart wannabe. It's a PS exclusive, if you like, but yeah, it's not great. It tries to be fun, but it's not. I have played it, and that's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. Next up is World of Pool, and it's alright, just a pool game. Nothing spectacular about it. The graphics are alright, to be fair. There's not really much you can expand on a pool game, to be fair. I played it, it was alright. So the game I went for, I'd seen it come in stock, and it's worth more, but not much more than CEX sell it for. It's just the fact that it's never in CEX, it's always out of stock, and there's very few online. So I'd say it's rare, but I'm not sure what other more PSP focused people would say. But yeah, it seems pretty rare, and it is Fading Shadows, and it is quite a unique game. So basically, I'll try and put some footage up of a few games that I want to highlight. So this will be one of them, and you play as a ball of light, and you've got to go around like a little maze and try and get to the end. But there's little puzzles along the way. It's really unique, or it seems to be it. There might be games like it, but yeah, it's an interesting game, let's put it like that. And yeah, when I saw it, I thought, yeah, I want that. But it's not what I thought. I thought it was going to be a hack and slash, or, you know, action RPG, but it's not. It's very, very interesting. So, good one to have. And the last one from that particular store, and it is a bargain because this goes for over £25 normally, but for some reason they've not done it as that. They've done it as a standard price, but that won't bother me. It is Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Now, I've not played a Kingdom Hearts game, but I'm of the belief it's supposed to be like a JRPG, so a Final Fantasy type game with Disney characters. It has a loyal fan base, so it must be good. A lot of people like it, and I have seen it before, obviously. But yeah, this is the collector's edition, and it was, if it'll focus, I'll just move my face, £6. And when I went in, it should have been £8. There'd been a price change, so I got it for £2 cheaper. But yeah, the outer box is in a right state. There's no flaps on the top there, but it closes all right. I've done a bit of work. I've done a bit of a tutor UK and flattened it out as much as I can. But yes, that special edition comes with an art book, which is lovely. It looks like it's never been opened. When you consider the state of the box as well, it's really weird. But there's 2 art prints as well. And yeah, the guy at the front and centre with the keyblade looks like Cloud or Squall. Squall was off 8, Cloud was off 7. One of them. So, yeah, delighted to get that. Regardless of the outer box, it's just nice to have a collector's edition for so cheap. Like I say, it goes for online about 25. Even in CEX, it's around 25 as well. Bargain. So I've got this one. Me and the family had gone to Bridlington, and I'd popped into CEX in there. Of course I did, you know. And the only game I could really see that I wanted was Boulder Dash XL for 3DS, and it is just Boulder Dash. I remember playing a game. If it wasn't Boulder Dash, it was very similar on the Spectrum, so that was a long time ago, and I thought, yeah, I want to give it another go. And it's much the same, very retro inspired, and you drop down boulders on people's heads and, you know, kill them that way, a bit like Dig Dug as well. But unlike Dig Dug, where you got to collect, I think, like fruit, if I remember right. I could be wrong, but that rings a bell. On this one, you collect gems, so it keeps to that sort of mining and boulder sort of thing. But yeah, it's okay. Not played it in 3D, I only played it on the 2DS, so I don't know if it'll add much to it being in 3D, but yeah, it's alright for the game. It is. And these are from yesterday, or day before, Friday. And I picked these up from CEX in Hull. White Frigate store, not the Hull store, the White Frigate store, which is in City Centre as well. And the first one is an upgrade on what I've got. I've just got the standard edition of Viva Pinata, but this one was £4 and it is in really nice condition. And the thing what sold me on it, normally I wouldn't go for it, but because it was cheap and in decent condition, it has got everything with it. So there's a bonus disc and like a little fold out thing, I don't know what, and 24-hour free trial for Xbox Live, which is unscratched, which I do collect those. And with it having Viva Pinata on the front, it goes nicely in this set. So yeah, that sort of swayed it for me, but it's in lovely condition. And Viva Pinata, I have played, it's alright. Kids like it. And a game for the Xbox, which you don't see an awful lot either, but this was in amazing condition. It's immaculate. And it is Freaky Flyers, which is a cartoony aeroplane sort of game, racing game. And yeah, it doesn't look like the best sort of game, but £12, so it's on the more expensive side for Xbox games, but it's all complete and in lovely condition. I couldn't pass that up because I don't know when I'd see it again. Probably be at a fair. And another one which took my fancy because, again, it's in really nice condition, and that is Metroid Prime. And I've been wanting a Prime game for a while. I've got a few Metroid games, but the classic style. This is in 3D, so it's a first-person Metroid game, so I was really drawn to that, and delighted to pick up such a nice copy for £12, to be honest. The case as well, it's metallic. The inlay, it's metallic. It's really, really nice. I don't know if you can tell from there, but yeah, it's all in metallic. Lovely. £12, bargain. So I got these games from Cex in Bridlington and a cash generator. The cash generator one that I got, I needed to buy some just so I had some money for the car park, and luckily there was one Xbox game and I didn't have it, and it's in pretty decent condition, barring a sticker on the back which I'll never get off. But it is Scalar, and it's a 3D platformer in the style of like Banjo-Kazooie and all that. But yeah, beautiful condition. A game I needed, one I don't normally see that often, and I think in CEX it's about £3-4, so bargain. And from CEX I got two games. One is SWAT Global Strike Force. Now, I seem to be getting a lot of these sort of games thinking that they're going to be first or third person shooters. I love shooter games, but then they turn out to be the tactical sort of games where you got to lead a team, which I don't really like that much. Just give me a gun, I want to go all guns blazing. That's what I like. I don't like these tactical sort of games. I'm thinking it's going to be that type of game, but if not, then, you know, it's a bonus. But yeah, in fact, it says shout commands to your SWAT team via headset. So, but for £1, it's not the worst thing in the world. And second game is Armed and Dangerous, which is a third-person shooter from LucasArts, of all companies. And yeah, they make the Star Wars games, obviously, Battlefront games, which were fantastic. So if it's on that sort of lines, it should be half decent. Again, it's all complete and in nice condition. There was a few games in there, but they weren't in great condition. And one which I did want, I think it's Red Ninja, I can't remember the name. I'd seen it in the Hull store, but it wasn't in nice condition. And then I'd seen that it was in the Bridlington store, so that's what I went for. But it didn't have the instructions, and it was a bit chewed up on the edges, like water damage type thing. So, nah. But I'm happy with what I got from there. So next up is some games that I got from a chap on one of the gaming groups, and he was selling some, well, there was a variety of games, and I'd picked out these three. One is out of stock in CEX, and he only wanted £3 for it. I don't think it sells for that much, but when you don't find the games that often, you've got to pick them up. And that is, in fact, I think Retro Import Gamer, I think it was in, had picked it up too. And it is International Winter Sports. And he said it's a rare one. But yeah, it's not in stock in CEX and there's very few online, so it's good to grab hold of this. But being a sport one, that might be why it doesn't hold much value. But regardless, it's a Konami game and it figures, it features, not figures, it features a load of winter sports as you'd expect, like figure skating, there we go, bobsleigh and skiing. So it could be, oh, curling as well. So it could be a lot of fun. Next up is Outlaw Tennis, and it's something to do with MTV, the Outlaw series, I believe. But yeah, just a tennis game that tries to be edgy. There's also golf and volleyball. And the final one is a third-person action, third-person action RPG, I believe. Pirates, The Legend of Black Cat. Again, I don't see it often. It doesn't hold much of a value, and there is a few in CEX, but with me not seeing it, I thought, yeah, I'll grab that. I think that was only £3 as well, but it is an Australian copy, so I may need to upgrade that soon. But it is PAL, and it will play on my system, which is modded anyway. I could play US games, but yeah, I'd prefer a British or European copy, but that'll do as a placeholder for now. So 3 games I've got from Cash Converters in Hull. I've not had a very good time in there, to be honest. I've been in a few times and there's very little in, unfortunately. But first game is FIFA Street. So just a street football game starring various footballers. And an American game for 99p, but it's a LucasArts game as well. But yeah, the PSP is region free, so that doesn't bother me so much when it's a US copy. But yeah, it's like Theme Park, I believe. And 99p, I believe it's just £2 when I looked last in CEX. So I've not saved much, but it's all complete and it'll play on the system. Does it matter? Not so much for me. Not on that system. And the final game is Born Conspiracy, which I didn't have. It's a £2 game. I got it for 99p. But the best thing about this is it's a HMV exclusive with a slipcase, and it's got a CD and DVD from Paul Oakenfield, who did the musical score for the Born films. But there isn't a disc with it. I've only got the slipcase. So to be fair, what I was thinking when I got this, I'd seen it, I'd opened it up and not seen the extra disc. I thought, well, for £1 less, and I've got a slipcase, I'm happy with that. You know, if I can get this sticker off, I'm quite happy with that. So I don't know what type of game it is. I think it's a third-person action sort of game, but yeah, it looks like it. Not played it as yet, so not seen the films either. No, people shout at me for that. I went to Smith's and I got Alex Kidd in Miracle World DX, and this was £10. It was on clearance. Oh, last one. Why not? And I've been playing it actually. It's alright. It's not too bad. But it's got a reversible cover, so you can make it the Master System version. But incredibly, it includes some instructions which are Master System inspired, and it has a keyring as well. So that's a nice little bundle in there for 10 quid. I don't think it goes for much more, but you know, it's brand new. And the best thing about the game is they've redone it so it looks more cartoony and more modern, but you can switch to the old style Alex Kidd as well. So yeah, it's just a nice little game to have, and I remember playing it on the Master System. I believe it was built into, or I say built in, you know, you could play it without any cartridge on the Master System. So yeah, great, fond memories of that game. And it seems quite a bit harder as well because I've been using I can't stand playing retro games with a thumbstick. It just doesn't seem right, but yeah. So, gift time and retro RAM. I believe it was retro RAM. It might have been someone else, but you can have the shout out. I like you, you're alright. So, no, in fact it was, because I remember I got that's what I was looking for actually. There was a sticker that he sent and I can't seem to find it. I did keep hold of it, but yeah, it was retro RAM. And he asked me if I wanted some games. There was a few that a couple that I wanted. First one is Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. And he did say that these are scratched, but they're not deep scratches, so that doesn't concern me. You know, they're plain, that's the most important thing. And they are complete as well. Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, in case you're wondering, is like a 3D platformer. Again, on the lines of Banjo-Kazooie and that type of thing. And the other game was Men in Black Alien Crisis, and I've not played this. It's a 360 game. Not played it, but it's in nice condition again. And I believe it's a third-person action game. But yeah, retro RAM, Liam, thank you very much. It's wonderful to get gifts off people. So yeah, I really appreciate that. Next games, I've been in. Well, the YouTuber had been in touch with me and said he was getting rid of a load of original Xbox games. I don't know if they're out of his collection or he got a bundle and he just wants to get rid of all the other stuff. But either way, I said yes, damn right I do. Really enjoying the original Xbox at the moment, and it's nice to get some more games for it. So there was quite a few games, and some without manuals. The ones without the manuals, I had all of them anyway, so that wasn't a concern. So I picked these games out of the rest, which I needed. There was some really good games, but if I already have them, there's no point in getting them. So I got Conflict Vietnam, which is first-person shooter. Not overly great, as this one isn't either. Viet Cong Purple Haze. I was really looking forward to playing these, but just, yeah, the Viet Cong one as well. The players look like the Enderman off Minecraft. They're real leggy and lanky, and it don't look right, but yeah, nice to have them in the collection. The wrong type of rugby game, but this is Rugby Union, World Championship Rugby. Will I play it? Probably not. I'm not into Rugby Union at all. League or nothing. But again, all complete. These are all correct. I won't open them. Another game I'm not overly into, but I didn't have, F1 2002. The graphics look fantastic on the back. I'll have to see how that plays, actually. They usually are really nice graphically, the Formula 1 games. Project Snowblind next up, and this is like an arena shooter, I think, from the looks of it. If it's not and it's just a first-person shooter, it's along the lines of Halo in how it looks, and yeah, I need to get into that because I love Halo. V-Rally 3, which I didn't have. I've got a couple of V-Rally and other rally games. I didn't have this one though. So again, it looks fantastic. There's a sun setting on the back of the box and it looks amazing. Then another car game, which is Mashed, Drive to Survive. And I don't quite know the premise of this game. It says drive and destroy your way through busy highway, industrial ruins and ice-covered mountains. So I don't know if you've just got to try and win a race by destroying other cars as you can. If that's so, it's going to be a lot of fun. And the final game is an absolute stinker, but it is Shrek Super Slam, another game which I needed. I didn't need. Definitely didn't need this, but I didn't have. And it's like Power Stone essentially, so you got destructible environments, fighting game. Nowhere near as good as it, but it's got all your Shrek characters in there. So those games were off Gib Gaming, Gib84 Gaming, Gordon anyway, I'll call him. He's the biggest wet fan going, so if you've got any memorabilia or anything, send it to him, he'll love it. And yeah, thank you very much, I really appreciate that. Always nice to receive gifts, and people know I'm going to appreciate them. I only take what I want or need, and yeah, as soon as I get some doubles as well. That's the thing with me, I don't tend to buy bundles, or if I tend to pick out of them. But if I do get some games, then I'm more than happy to send them on. I don't buy to sell. So yeah, thank you, Gordon. It is much appreciated. So next up, we have some games from somebody I know through Longview and Friends, the streaming account, and she's called Emily. She does her own Twitch as well. I can't remember the name of it. I'll maybe put it along the bottom here and put a link in the description. Oh, I'll put a link to the other two's YouTube channels as well, Retro Ram and Gib84 Gaming, or Gib84 Gaming. So she was getting rid of some games and she wasn't bothered about price, so I got an half decent price. So I gave a fair price as well. I wasn't ripping her off, but there's some fantastic games on here. So I'll start with probably the cheapest of a lot, and that is Little Big Planet on PlayStation 3. Amazingly, one that I haven't got, but it is obviously exclusive, and that's what I go for on the PlayStation consoles, exclusives, as I tend to focus on Xbox. I got a DS game, which is Sonic Colors, and I've never played a Sonic Colors game, so I'm not quite sure what it means by that, but it says, welcome to Dr. Eggman's incredible interstellar amusement park. Can Sonic's new colour power stop Dr. Eggman? Not a clue, but from the graphics on the back, it looks like it's a classic Sonic game. I just don't know where the colours part comes into it. But it's all complete. Looking forward to getting stuck into that if it's a Sonic game. One game for the Xbox One, which is Grand Theft Auto 5. And what a game. I've completed it on the PS4 and it was fantastic. Graphically stunning. It's like they've brought it out for the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. I just can't imagine how amazing that's going to look. But because even on the PS3 and the Xbox 360, it looks really good. But yeah, so nice to have it on the Xbox One, which I'll get round to playing at some point. And then I've got 4 PlayStation 2 games, and Emily did one with that was scratched and they haven't got manuals. One of them has got a manual and it looks alright, but it's a rubbish game. But I was just intrigued, which is why I asked for it. But these 3 games I'm going to show you now are all not in great condition. I think one of them doesn't play, so I'm going to have to take it to CEX. I'm sure they'll be able to clean it up for me, but it's worth keeping. And that is Jak 2. And I've played Daxter on the PSP and really enjoyed it, so can't wait to play that. Next up is the original, the OG God of War. And what can I say about these games? They're fantastic, especially this style. The newer styles, in which are like, I compare them to the new Tomb Raiders, that sort of style, not quite, but very similar. I prefer these hack and slash versions, but yeah, no instructions on that. But what a game to get. And finally, again, another game it's alright. I've played it on the PSP and I have got it on the PS4, but I haven't played that version. And it is Ratchet and Clank Locked and Loaded. And just another 3D action platformer. but yeah, they're all right. They're not incredible, but a lot of fun. And like I say, all three are exclusive for PlayStation, so it's good to get hold of those. And the final one is another arena fighter, and it is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Melee. And you've got destructible environments again, and it's not that good whatsoever. I played it, I was like, is that it? But, yeah, not great. But Emily, thank you very much. It's nice to have those, and I hope you're happy with the money that I gave, and I'm delighted with what I spent, so it's nice to get those into the collection. And finally, to end this video, which I hope hasn't been too long, is a console that I got off another YouTuber called Goodwins Place, and I do have the, I think it's a sticker, I do have that one, if it'll focus. If not, then I do apologise. There we go, Goodwins Place. And his channel is full of, or not full of, but mainly his repairs that he does, and he's fantastic at what he does. If you need anything repairing, he can usually sort it. And it appeared on Swap Shop, Retro Chef's Swap Shop, and he had a few things up for grabs. I didn't actually watch the Swap Shop, but there's a group, and I'm in there, so I see what's available. And one of them was the Evercade, and this is the premium pack, so it comes with 3 games. I'll get it out in a moment. And it gave me a fantastic deal on this, and I've been wanting one. A lot of people, a lot of other YouTubers seem to like it, and yeah, I just thought, if I can get one cheap enough, I'll grab hold of one, because there is some unique games that come to the system, but that's the actual console. And the reason it was cheap, I don't know if you can see just here, there's a bit of damage, or not damage, but he's done some work to it. I believe he'd put a Neo Geo like controller on the system to see how it'd go. But yeah, there's where he's prized it open as well, a few nicks, but that doesn't affect the gameplay whatsoever. And yeah, there's some games on here that on the system that I've not played before, so that was good. But the 3 games it comes with, or compilations I should say, I'll just get these out, are Interplay. So on there you've got Clay Fighter, Earthworm Jim, Battle Chess, Boogerman, Titan, and Incantation. And Incantation is one which I'll come back to in a moment. I hadn't played that or heard of it. Next up is Atari, with 20 Atari games on, ranging from Centipede, Missile Command, and is Pac-Man on there? No, Tempest, Ninja Golf. So a huge range of Atari games on there. And Namco Museum, sorry, this one has got Pac-Man on it, it's on the bloody front. But it's got Galaxian, Xevious, Dig Dug, yeah, and a few others as well. And that's the beauty of these. They all come with instructions, or not instructions, not as such, but gives you a little bit of history about each game, which is really nice. And the system takes its own proprietary cartridge. But yeah, I'm just going to go back to the Interplay one, because I looked at Incantation and I thought it reminds me of a game off the Amiga called Magic Pockets, and it's a bit like that, but not quite. And yeah, I was really enjoying it, and this is the problem I had with the Evercade, unfortunately. So when I was playing it, Incantation's a platformer, so I was walking along and I hadn't noticed so much, but the viewing angles aren't that great on the system, and I just tilted it slightly as I was playing, and the bottom of the where the floor is, it all looked black, and unfortunately I fell into a gap in the floor, which you would expect on a platformer, but I couldn't see that. It was all black along the bottom. So when I was like, what's happened there? And when I moved it, I was like, oh bloody hell, the viewing angles aren't that great. And that's one thing to consider if you're going to buy this system. Otherwise, absolutely fantastic, and there's quite a few games that I'm wanting already, and yeah, it's just nice to have. It's a really beautiful looking system. It's really nice to hold. The screen's nice, and the range of games are fantastic. There's some that I want. I can't remember what pack it's on, but there's one with Sensible Soccer I'm desperate to get. And yeah, there's one where indie games have come out, and yeah, they've really put a lot of time and love into the system, and it just screams collectible, especially when you've got the numbers along the spine. It just makes you want to collect. But lovely little system for a really good price, and yeah, I don't feel ripped off at all. It's a really, really fun system. So thank you very much, Goodwin, or Craig, and I'll put a link to your channel in the description of this video. I'm absolutely delighted with it. And that's my pickup, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed filming it. And like I say, it's nice to get back in front of the camera. And the only problem I have is time. I've got a few videos which I can do. It's just finding the time to do it. There's 2 reviews. I've scripted one of them. So I need to record myself, voice record, and then find appropriate footage to go with it, which takes the time, and then to splice it all together. But I enjoy doing them. It's just finding the time to do it, unfortunately. When winter comes, I'll probably have a bit more time because we're not out as much. With the weather being like it is, I've been out with the family on my days off, and I work in a greenhouse, so it's red hot. When I come home, I just want to go to sleep and relax, really. But yeah, I do enjoy doing these videos, and there will be more coming. I just apologise, it's always pickups at the minute. Something I pride myself on in this channel is having a mixture of content, but yeah, at the minute, all I can really get out there is pickup videos. So people seem to enjoy them anyway, and that's one of the main reasons I do this, obviously, for other people's enjoyment as well as my own. I do enjoy talking about games and sharing my pickups with people. I love the comments I get as well. Oh wow, I can't believe you picked that up, and then you get into a little conversation. So yeah, there will be more to come, but for now I just want to thank everyone for watching. The links for the other channels will be in the description. Do check them out, they're very good, and I shall see you very soon with another video. Take care, everyone.